Congregants at the Holiness Christian Revival Ministries in Diepsloot say it's not the first time that they've been targeted by criminals after a pastor was shot dead over the weekend. The church was holding an overnight prayer service when armed men stormed the building and opened fire. Newzroom Afrika's Zikhona Tshona is on the story for us, joins us live from there. Zikhona, what more have we been able to gather from the congregants?
So congregants have told us that the incident happened just after 11 o'clock on Friday night. There were about 50 people inside the church, including children. So armed men barged into the building, started firing shots. They demanded that people lie on the ground and they wanted their cell phones. So some of the congregants had not taken their cell phones to church because they say it's happened before that when they've met for an overnight prayer, that criminals come in and target them, demanding their cell phones. That's when the pastor of the church, who's also the leader of the church, then tried to intervene, tried to, in a way, negotiate with the criminals in an attempt to save the lives of his congregants. And thereafter he was shot. His name is Freddy Tulani Mzila. He had 4 children. The last of them is just 6 years old. The family is absolutely devastated. We're here outside the family home. I spoke to his sister a short while ago who say they are still in disbelief. His wife telling the sister that it will take her a long time to come into terms with the passing of her husband. If I could just add, just a short while ago, just here at the family home, there is someone who came in and pretended to come and help the family, such a vulnerable time during their moment of grief and weakness, if I can put it that way. And this person managed to rob 2 family members of their cell phone, came in pretending to be a good Samaritan, coming to offer help to the family in as far as buying groceries is concerned. Now they have 2 family members that are trying to get help from police when as far as those 2 cell phones are missing. I know that the families have also told me that the person who took their cell phones is now sending SMSs to other relatives demanding money. But a congregant who was there at the time at which the incident happened, Usisifikile, Sisi, if you can just take us back to those moments. I know that you said, Bebe Tet, Bebe City, Nizawufana namhlanje ecaweni. Khasise pha.
Yeah, sisi into ebebeyisho bekuthi sizilima. Namhlanje bazosikhombisa ukuthi manje abantu bayafa esontweni. So bafuna ukusikhomba ukuthi abantu nasesontweni bayafa. So manje njengoba ngiqeda ukusuka wena, then ifamily member yangifonela la ukuthi sebakhona futhi sebafikile ozenza i-social worker wathi manje hayi sebayahamba bayothenga igroza, sebabarobhile nabo amafoni. Njengoba bengishilo kuwe ekseni ukuthi sizoyeka isonto, kuyafana sizoliyeka isonto and then bazosisela ezindlini. Alikakashoni ilanga ngiceda ukukutshela sebangena endlini manje babathathela ama cellphone la kushonwe khona.
Utsho ubani izoliyeka isonto ne? Nizawuthatha eziphi steps ngokufuna uzikhusela xa nisesontweni?
Uma ngisuka enzansi ngiza la njengoba bathi sebangenile la efamily, ngindlule kwikhansela ngatshela ikhansela ukuthi ikhansela sekwenzeke u1 no2 manje uba sebangene la efamily babathathela ama cellphone. So now sitshena ukuthi senzeni before sizokwenza izinto kusasa ezekhansela uzothi thina sisithathela umthetho ezandleni. But I think seyisikhathi sokuthi vele sisithathela umthetho ezandleni because nasebeze ezindlini manje ayikho into esisizoyenza, sekumele nathi sisidefend self because esontweni livaliwe isonto, izolo sisonto eholweni. No, angeke sivale izindlu, sizohlala.
Kangichazeleke sisi, ucabanga ukukhwena enkulu beyond icrime ecaweni because ngokuxa kuziwe endlini anicingi bakukhwenye into odlalayo apha.
Yeah, khona manje asisazi. Yabona sididekile manje, just asifuna ukukhuluma izinto esizicabangayo. Kusasa sizobe singana impendulo zazo. Okwamanje sisadidekile ukuthi kwenzakalani. Is it really a robbery or kuna something behind all of this? So asazi ukuthi kwenzakalani really manje.
Thank you so much. That's Fikile Mabuda Mtsweni, who is a congregant from the church. She was there at the time at which shots were fired on Friday night. She says she arrived at church at 10 p.m. as they usually would for the overnight prayer. She says they normally have this overnight prayer every 2 months. The details coming out of that interview is that they will not, as congregants, stop going to church because of crime, and also what they saw happening here, where someone was able to come into this house when this family is grieving, when this family is vulnerable, and was able to rob 2 family members of their possessions, saying that they don't want to rule out that there may be something bigger at play here. I'm just seeing the motorcades behind me. We understand that the Premier of the province, Panyaza Lesufi, as well as the safety MEC, will be making their way to the Diepsloot police station, as far as I understand, and thereafter coming to see the family, and also going to the church just to get more clarity with regards to the incident that took place here on Friday night last week.
Tshona, thank you very much for that update, and we'll come back to you perhaps for remarks by the Premier today, who's visiting various families and communities affected by crime in Gauteng.